Hello, classic film fans, and welcome to another installment of our classic Western films. My name is Mary Lyle. I'm the Director of Education for the Western Heritage Museum and Lee County Cowboy Hall of Fame. Today I'm going to introduce The Unforgiven, which was released in 1960. It's not to be confused with another film of a similar name called Unforgiven, which was released in 1992. Now, I do want to give a disclaimer right off the top. There is the use of the N-word in this film, and they use it in relationship with the Native Americans in order to degrade them. And that can be upsetting and shocking to hear it, but they were making a statement. So when you hear that word, it is coming from racist people. This whole film is anti-racist. Keep that in mind. The Unforgiven was directed by John Huston. John Huston received 15 Oscar nominations. He won 2 for writing and directing The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. He also has been honored with an AFI Lifetime Achievement Award, which he won in 1983. The writers of this film are Ben Maddow and Alan LeMay. The music is by Dmitri Tiomkin, who wrote a lot of Western film scores. Now, Burt Lancaster is the producer of this. He also is the star. He plays Ben Zachary. Burt Lancaster had 4 Academy Award nominations and 1 win. That was for Elmer Gantry. Another Academy Award winner is Audrey Hepburn. She had 5 Academy Award nominations, and she won 1 for her first film called Roman Holiday. Another co-star is the World War II hero, Audie Murphy. He plays Cash Zachary, and he was one of the most decorated American combat soldiers of World War II. He started his film career after the war, and he made over 40 films. He lost his life at a rather early age in a plane accident. Audie Murphy is buried at Arlington Cemetery in Washington, D.C. Because of all of his decorations, he was entitled to have a special headstone. He wanted a very plain headstone like everyone else. Another notable actor in this is the great Lillian Gish. Lillian Gish plays Matilda Zachary. That is Burt Lancaster and Audie Murphy's mother. Lillian Gish had a long career. She started in the silent films, and then when the talkies came in, she did some of those. She went back and appeared on stage much more often in the 1930s and 1940s. In the 1950s and 60s, she returned to film and took on these older women's roles. Her acting chops never left her. Because she came from the silent films, she could do so much with her body, with the attitude and posture that she assumed. And it was like watching a ballet dancer in a way. Another co-star is Doug McClure. He portrays Andy Zachary, the youngest brother. He is most known for the role of Trampas in The Virginian. He was a very likable person. He was also a bit of a jokester and an excellent mimic. He could do Burt Lancaster so well that he played pranks. He would call up some of the staff people as Burt Lancaster. So he knew his way around a horse. He would spend the summers working as a wrangler, and that served him well in a number of westerns. There are several other recognizable faces. Charles Bickford is in this. He plays Jeb Rollins. Then you have John Saxon. He plays Johnny Portugal. He's a Native American. He made hundreds of films, TV shows. He even went overseas and acted. We also have a couple of other faces you might know. Albert Salmi, he plays Charlie Rollins, and Joseph Weissman. He plays Abe Kelsey. He is best known as Dr. No in the James Bond film Dr. No. Now, when John Huston took over as director, he wasn't the first director assigned to this. He saw it as an opportunity to make a serious comment on race relations, how racism is so wasteful. This film is set after the Civil War in the West, and a lot of that sentiment was still very much alive. They were filming this in Durango, Mexico, and during the production, Audrey Hepburn fell off of a horse and broke her back. And so the shooting had to halt until she recovered. This is Audrey Hepburn's only Western film. She took it on because she wanted to be in a Western. Casting her as a Native American is sort of an interesting casting choice. Lillian Gish. I'm a great admirer of Lillian Gish. Early in her career, Lillian Gish was taught how to shoot by a notorious Western outlaw and gunfighter, and she could shoot very well. She liked it. Burt Lancaster and John Huston didn't know that, so they were going to teach her how to use a gun, how to shoot, and they were the ones that got schooled. I hope that you will enjoy watching The Unforgiven, and I'd love to hear from you. If you have any insights or information, you can contact us on Facebook. Let us hear from you by email, and I'll see you next time.